Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, July 8, 2021. Construction work has started on a multi-purpose building to house a pediatric cardiac ward and overnight parent suite at the Bustamante Hospital for Children. Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton broke ground for the facility on Wednesday. The two-story building will be constructed over the next 2 years at a cost of approximately $120 million. It's being developed by the National Housing Trust, NHT, in partnership with the National Health Fund, NHF, and the Southeast Regional Health Authority, SERA. The new building is part of the hospital's multi-million-dollar redevelopment master plan, which also entails expansion of ward space at the hospital to provide 100 additional beds.
The Bustamante Hospital for Children represents the only specialist children hospital in the English-speaking Caribbean and is providing diagnostic, preventative, curative, and rehabilitative offerings. And the intention is to expand these services here in this multi-million-dollar phased redevelopment plan.
The development and implementation of this new master plan continues to revitalize and improve an existing hospital infrastructure, which over time has been significantly upgraded.
As part of the redevelopment master plan, a newly established drug-serve pharmacy was also officially opened on Wednesday. It was built by the NHF at a cost of approximately $70 million. In other health news, the ministry has received a grant of 10.2 million euros or 1.8 billion Jamaican dollars to support its health system strengthening program. The money is from the European Union Caribbean Investment Facility and will be administered by the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB. Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the EU's contribution supplements the $50 million being provided for the program under a loan agreement with the IDB. He says it will assist in the prevention, care, and management of non-communicable diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and obesity.
So the health system strengthening program tackles these needs full on, hence the appreciation for this contribution.
EU's head of delegation, Her Excellency Marianne van Steen, says non-communicable diseases should not be ignored, as they are often the cause of disability and ill health, exacerbated by social and economic cost.
We do expect that having access to these upgraded new facilities and adequately trained staff, thereby offering more efficient and higher quality care, will change the lives of many.
The Health System Strengthening Program was launched in January last year to facilitate the integration of health services networks and improve management, quality, and efficiency. 3 hospitals and 10 other health facilities are to be developed as part of the program. Construction has officially started on the region's first state-of-the-art Therapeutic Center for children in state care. Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Favour Williams, broke ground for the facility on Tuesday on the grounds of the Maxfield Park Children's Home. The center is being constructed through the partnership of the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, and the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF. It will provide residential inpatient programs, including day treatment, outpatient counseling, and psychotherapy services for children in state care and their families.
This is an important development in the provision of psychosocial support for children in state care. We know that it is an unfortunate reality that many of our children who suffer physical and emotional abuse do not get the support needed to cope with the mental health issues. The Therapeutic Center to be built here is therefore a welcome addition to the provision of services to children in state care.
State Minister Robert Morgan says the aim of the ministry is to ultimately provide a center of excellence for children in state care.
I think this is probably the beginning of us unveiling a lot of the plans and programs that we're putting in place.
Specialist teachers will be incorporated at the primary level starting this September. Education Minister Favour Williams had announced government's plan to move from the generalist teaching model in primary schools to a specialist system during her sectoral debate presentation in April. She revealed then that the transition would begin in the country's worst performing schools as identified by the National Education Inspectorate. The minister gave an update on the plan at a function earlier this week.
From September, we're switching to the specialist mode, from the generalist mode. Right now, one teacher teaches all subjects, right, to the grade. We don't think that is going to get us there. So we want to see some specialist teachers, especially in mathematics, in English language, in our primary schools, and the science in our primary schools to kind of get the achievement levels up.
Minister Williams' update came as she welcomed the donation of computer devices from the private sector organization of Jamaica for the One Laptop or Tablet per Child initiative. The devices include 17 tablets and 7 laptops, which will benefit students of Mannings Hill Primary, Stony Hill Primary and Infant, Golden Spring Primary, and Lawrence Tavern Primary School. And finally, government will be implementing an electronic land titling system at the National Land Agency this year. Information Minister Favour Williams announced Cabinet's approval for the system during this week's post-Cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House.
The implementation of this program will result in the complete phasing out of physical certificates of title and their replacement with electronic certificates of title.
She says introducing the electronic land titling system will help to improve Jamaica's rank on the World Doing Business report under the Registering Property Index.
Currently, Jamaica is ranked 85 out of 190 countries, and the implementation of the electronic land registration would save time, reduce human resource requirements, and provide opportunities for further collaboration with Tax Administration Jamaica and other ministries, departments, and agencies with a view to reducing or eliminating connected transactional processes external to the NLA.
The Ministry of Finance and Public Service will accommodate the implementation of the project over a 6-year period as part of the Public Sector Investment Program. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.